In the chaotic, drama-filled universe of 90 Day Fiancé, we've witnessed plenty of relationships that leave us questioning the definition of love. Some couples defy the odds, navigating cultural clashes, long-distance struggles, and financial hurdles to find their happily ever after. Others, like Loren and Faith, remind us why some love stories are better left in the past. Loren's recent attempt to reconcile with Faith may have sparked hope among some fans, but for those of us paying attention, the outcome is clear. They should never, ever get back together. Why? Loren's long list of red flags makes it impossible for any reconciliation to result in a healthy, functional relationship. Let's take a closer look at why this couple is doomed, from their toxic history to Loren's problematic behavior, and explore what Faith deserves moving forward. When Loren and Faith first appeared on 90 Day Fiancé, their chemistry was undeniable. Loren, a suave entrepreneur with a knack for sweeping grand gestures, charmed Faith, a sweet and reserved graphic designer from a small town. Their connection seemed like the stuff of romance novels, until cracks in their relationship began to show. The two met on an international dating app, and their whirlwind romance took off faster than either of them could process. Within weeks of meeting in person, Loren proposed to Faith at a rooftop dinner in Manhattan. Faith said yes, swept up in the moment and the promise of adventure. But what seemed romantic on the surface was, in reality, a red flag waving furiously in the wind. They hadn't taken the time to truly know each other. Loren was a man of big promises, but questionable follow-through, while Faith was a people-pleaser who often prioritized others' happiness over her own well-being. Their foundation was shaky, but they charged ahead, ignoring the warning signs. From the very beginning, Loren exhibited behavior that should have been cause for concern. His charm and charisma masked deeper issues, and as the relationship progressed, his true colors began to show. Loren had a need to dominate every aspect of the relationship. Whether it was deciding where they would live or dictating how Faith should spend her time, he always had to be in charge. Faith, who valued harmony and avoided conflict, often went along with his decisions, even when they made her uncomfortable. One memorable instance involved Loren insisting that Faith quit her remote job to help him run his business. Faith hesitated, concerned about losing her financial independence, but Loren dismissed her worries as silly and accused her of not being supportive enough. Loren was a master manipulator, skilled at turning every disagreement into an opportunity to make Faith feel guilty. When Faith voiced concerns about their fast-paced relationship, Loren would respond with statements like, "If you really loved me, you'd trust me." This tactic left Faith questioning her own instincts and prioritizing Loren's feelings over her own. Despite presenting himself as a successful entrepreneur, Loren had a reckless attitude toward money. He prioritized flashy purchases, luxury cars, expensive vacations, and designer clothes, over practical needs like paying bills or saving for their future. Faith discovered the extent of his financial problems when a credit card bill arrived at their apartment. When she confronted Loren, he shrugged it off, claiming he would figure it out later. Loren consistently refused to take responsibility for his actions. Whenever issues arose in their relationship, he deflected blame onto Faith or external circumstances. His refusal to acknowledge his faults made it impossible for them to address their problems constructively. Faith entered the relationship with an open heart and a genuine desire to build a life with Loren. Unfortunately, her kind and accommodating nature made her an easy target for Loren's controlling tendencies. Over time, Faith began to lose herself in the relationship. She compromised her values, distanced herself from friends and family, and bent over backward to meet Loren's demands, all in the name of love. One of the most heartbreaking moments on the show occurred when Faith confided in her best friend, admitting she felt like she was walking on eggshells around Loren. Her friend encouraged her to stand up for herself, but Faith, fearing conflict, chose to stay silent. By the time their relationship ended, Faith was emotionally drained and unsure of who she was outside of her role as Loren's fiancé. The final straw came during a heated argument about their future. Faith wanted to move back to her hometown to be closer to her family, while Loren insisted they stay in the city to focus on his career. When Faith tried to explain her perspective, Loren accused her of being selfish and ungrateful. The argument escalated, with Loren storming out and leaving Faith in tears. After weeks of reflection, Faith made the difficult decision to end the relationship. She realized that staying with Loren would mean sacrificing her own happiness and well-being. Months after their breakup, Loren reached out to Faith, claiming he had changed. He showed up at her doorstep with flowers and an apology, begging for another chance. At first, Faith was hesitant. She had spent the past few months focusing on herself, attending therapy, and rebuilding her confidence. The idea of reopening old wounds was terrifying, but a small part of her still cared for Loren. They met for coffee to discuss the possibility of reconciliation. Loren promised he had worked on his issues and was ready to be a better partner. But as the conversation unfolded, it became clear that little had changed. Loren dismissed Faith's concerns about their past, framing their breakup as a misunderstanding rather than a necessary step for her personal growth. He interrupted her repeatedly, failing to truly listen to her perspective. Faith left the meeting feeling conflicted, but ultimately decided that giving Loren another chance would be a mistake. Faith's decision to walk away from Loren was the right one. Here's why reconciliation is not an option. Loren's lack of genuine growth. While Loren claimed he had changed, his actions told a different story. His inability to take responsibility for their past problems and his dismissive attitude during their conversation indicated that he hadn't done the necessary work to become a better partner. Faith's personal growth. Faith had made significant progress in rediscovering herself and setting boundaries. Reuniting with Loren would risk undoing all of her hard work and dragging her back into a toxic dynamic. Fundamental incompatibilities. At their core, Loren and Faith wanted different things from life. Loren thrived on chaos and spontaneity, while Faith valued stability and open communication. These differences were too significant to overcome. The weight of the past. The pain and mistrust from their previous relationship would be impossible to erase. Even if they tried to move forward, their shared history would continue to haunt them. Loren and Faith's story is a cautionary tale about the importance of recognizing red flags and valuing self-respect over the illusion of love. While their initial connection was undeniable, their relationship was built on a shaky foundation that could never support a healthy partnership. Faith's decision to prioritize her own happiness and walk away from Loren was a testament to her strength and resilience. As for Loren, his attempt at reconciliation may have been well-intentioned, but it ultimately highlighted his inability to truly change. In the end, some love stories are better left unfinished. Loren and Faith's journey on 90 Day Fiancé is a powerful reminder that sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is let go.